Welcome to Seed News, where we will not only educate, we will cultivate the minds of our viewers. I'm Mansa.
And I'm Quasi, and today we'll be discussing students not reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Quasi, we have an interesting topic today. These schools are attempting to keep their status quo, and our youth tend to be the casualties. We're facing a war on multiple fronts. Not only are we fighting the school-to-prison pipeline, we're fighting the overt suspensions of our black youth, we're fighting the miseducation, and now we're fighting our right to not have to recite the anthem.
Brother Mansa, I see your point. There was a case in Michigan in 2017 where a teacher assaulted a black child to make him stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Take a look at how he felt.
Why did you feel the need to snatch me out of my chair? Why couldn't have you just asked me to get up? I mean, I still would have said no, but it's better than snatching me out of the chair.
As parents, we send our kids to school, trusting that the school and teachers have our child's best interests at heart. Why was this kid assaulted in an educational institution by his educator?
We're upset when our kids are accosted by other children, let alone a teacher roughing up our children. Let me briefly discuss another case. In Texas, my home state, a teenage girl was expelled for refusing to stand for the pledge. Here's a look at her story.
It involved a Cy-Fair ISD student who sued after she was expelled for not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
High school student India Landry and her mom walk into the federal courthouse. They expect to make this trip more often as the federal civil rights lawsuit against Cy-Fair ISD.
I felt the flag doesn't represent what it stands for, liberty and justice for all, and I don't feel that's what's going on in the country today.
The judge pointed out like 4 instances in her complaint where the school district was concerned about or talking about African Americans. They mentioned negatively people who kneeled, the NFL players who kneeled for the national anthem.
So why even go through that just to settle? Why does Texas have it as a state requirement? When the Supreme Court ruled in 1943 in West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnett that schools cannot require students to salute the flag or recite the pledge, citing First Amendment rights.
In 1943, the Supreme Court had a second chance to decide a question that it had already considered once before Jackson was on the court: the constitutionality of state laws that compelled school children to salute the flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. A defeat in 1940 becomes an ever more controversial topic as the United States is in war against a Nazi power that is built on compulsion and flag salute and Führer salute. And literally the gesture of American flag salute, a hand on the heart and a hand raised towards the flag, looks very much like a Nazi salute.
And we should be aware that federal law supersedes state law.
Recently, there was an incident in Florida where a teacher got into an argument with a student over his refusal to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Here's a brief look at the video.
It started when a substitute teacher asked the boy to stand up for the pledge. He reportedly told the teacher the flag was racist and the national anthem was offensive to black people. The boy's mother now demanding the charges be dropped.
I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm hurt, more so for my son.
And the school justice said, to be clear, the student was not arrested for refusing to participate in the pledge. Students are not required to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. The 6th grader allegedly told his substitute teacher, Ana Alvarez, that the flag is racist and that the national anthem is offensive to black people, according to Bay News 9. The teacher stated she asked the student why not go to another place to live if it was so bad here. She said he answered, "They brought me here." So basically, the teacher is arguing with the 6th grader about a situation that she was ignorant of. Her ignorance led to the officer being called, which heightened the environment and caused the student to become defensive and overreact. Unfortunately, the student was taken to the Juvenile Assessment Center, charged with disrupting a school function and resisting an officer without violence. Ana Alvarez no longer works in this district. Polk County Public Schools spokesperson Cal Kennedy said that the teacher did not know students weren't required to participate in the pledge.
We all know the third verse of the anthem was taken out because it was racist. It says, "No refuge can save the hireling slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave." So they want us to pledge allegiance to the destruction of ourselves. and discipline us when we decline. Our ancestors knew the meaning of the flag. For example, a leader of the civil rights movement, Fannie Lou Hamer, stated,
"You see, the flag is drenched with our blood. Because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood."
She stated this in 1968. In 1968, blacks seemed to be more aware of our predicament, and today blacks seem to be more ignorant of it. The National Constitution Center investigated the state statutes of the Pledge of Allegiance. 32 states give students a choice. 15 state statutes are vague, and 3 states did not have any statutes. In 2014, Doe versus Acton-Boxborough Regional School District, the court said students could not be compelled to recite the pledge. Chief Justice Roderick Ireland said, "It is undisputed as a matter of federal constitutional law and as a matter of fact on the summary judgment record before us that no student is required to recite the pledge." Justice Robert Jackson said, "If there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe that shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion, or force citizens to confess by word or act their faith therein." And this is the very reason why Malcolm X stated,
"We want to make them pass the strongest civil rights bill they've ever passed, because we know even after they pass it, they can't enforce it."
Civil is defined as polite or courteous. However, they respond to us with threats, law enforcement, beratement, and terminations.
If you like more videos similar to this one, please don't forget to like, comment, and share with your friends. Please follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram pages. Thank you.